We have some big breaking news tonight. Joel Quennville is out as head coach of the Florida Panthers. We'll discuss that situation coming up next. So welcome back to another video here, Top Shelf Hockey. The fallout from the Blackhawks scandal continues. Joel Quennville is no longer the head coach as of this evening of the Florida Panthers. Of course, we know that he was scheduled to have a meeting with Commissioner Gary Bettman earlier this afternoon. We know he was accompanied by other management executives from the Florida Panthers to the offices in New York for this meeting. We were waiting to see what would come from it, and we got word here tonight. The Panthers and several NHL insiders have acknowledged here that Quennville has resigned, and he has put out a statement which we'll look at here in just a moment. But like I said about some of the other members of the Blackhawks organization that were still currently there, like Bowman and McIsaac, I'm a little bit bothered by the fact that they were allowed to resign instead of being fired. To me, they covered up a major situation which had a lot of pain and suffering on Kyle Beach. And really, yes, they're no longer having their jobs, but still, like, they were allowed to resign, which does somewhat protect them. And on a resume, at least, doesn't look as bad. Of course, everybody knows what happened, but still, to me, they should have more of a consequence than what they're facing. But I guess it's better than nothing happening at all, but still not an overall great look here in my opinion. But Quennville is out. He has resigned, and here is the statement that he's released here this evening regarding the situation. Quennville says, "With deep regret and contrition, I announce my resignation as head coach of the Florida Panthers. I want to express my sorrow for the pain this young man, Kyle Beach, has suffered. My former team, the Blackhawks, failed Kyle, and I own my fair share of that. I want to reflect on how all this happened and take time to educate myself on ensuring hockey spaces are safe for everyone." So I guess at least we get some admission here that he played a role, did nothing to stop it. So like at least it shows some remorse and some regret. And he's going to take some time to think about this. I mean, obviously, he can't just come back to work in the NHL any old time. Everybody involved here does have special conditions placed that even though they resign, they need special consent from Gary Bettman or to get any additional future employment with any NHL team. So I would imagine NHL teams will be steering clear of these guys because of the reputation that comes with it here and the PR effect. I mean, really, who wants to be associated with this right now? It's a really bad look. So I don't think we'll be seeing any of these guys in the NHL for probably ever, at the very least for a really long time. It's doubtful. It's unfortunate that this went down, but they did a bad thing here. They covered up a really bad situation. They were more focused on winning, did not care about people, and these are the consequences that are coming. It's now like your reckoning hour, and Kevin Sheffield layoff of the Winnipeg Jets is next. His meeting is tomorrow with Gary Bettman, and I would suspect by this time tomorrow, I would imagine we're going to be in a similar situation. I mean, we'll see, but I would expect a similar outcome with the Jets general manager likely not being in his post anymore as of tomorrow. Now, it's still more mind-boggling to me that Joel Quennville was allowed to coach last night. You would think that the Florida Panthers organization were already kind of, thinking of going down this road, that they couldn't be associated with him anymore because of everything that went down. Why he was allowed to coach and then after the game not face the media, and then today to have this meeting and resign, and that's it? Like, you're not letting him face the music. It's just not completely fair in my opinion, but that's just my take on that. But at the end of the day, he is out. It's rumored right now, not confirmed by the team, but I know Pierre LeBrun and I believe Chris Johnson, a few other NHL insiders who've been reporting on this tonight, indicate that assistant coach Andrew Brunette is likely taking over on an interim basis. There has been some reports by Kevin Weeks of NHL Network and ESPN earlier indicating he heard that that this was likely going to be going down shortly, and that John Tortorella was a contender or candidate for the be the new full-time head coach of the Panthers. Of course, time will tell. I mean, in some ways it makes sense, and in some ways it doesn't. Clearly, he's formerly coached in Columbus. I mean, he's had a few stops around the NHL, but most recently in Columbus. Obviously, that's where Bill Zito came from. So obviously, they know each other well. Sergei Bobrovsky was the Columbus Jackets goaltender for a long time. They know each other well. Not sure that relationship was great at the end of it, but, I know there was a lot of comments from Torts and Kekalina and others that were in Columbus, and they wanted, guys to be in Columbus who wanted to be there and all that when there was the Panarin and Bobrovsky free agency stuff. So I'm not sure what that relationship's like. I know Anthony Duclair is not exactly somebody Torts is fond of, and vice versa. So that wouldn't be good. You go back to his days in Vancouver. I know he didn't have a great relationship with Roberto Luongo. That didn't end well. And of course, he's an executive in Florida. So I'm not sure that that's the greatest fit. I can understand the connections, but there's also reasons that it would be good and reasons it wouldn't be good. So we'll have to see on that. Tortorella did have some nice comments to say. I was happy with what he said about the whole situation in Chicago and Kyle Beach. But still, I guess we'll have to remain to be seen on that. For now, we know for sure that Quenneville's out. It looks like Burnett's taking over on an interim basis. And we'll wait and see what the Panthers decide on for the new permanent head coach of that team. I know there's already fans talking online saying they don't need any outside people. One of the assistants should take over. Everything's in place. They know the systems well. Creates, a little bit of an easier transition in their opinion. So we'll see if they go down that road, or will they bring in an outsider like Tortorella or somebody else comparable. There's lots of experienced head coaches that are currently unemployed right now that they could consider bringing in. So it'll be interesting to see what the route they go down and what decision they make. Let me know your thoughts on this and what happens next to Kevin Cheveldayoff down in the comments. We'll discuss further. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and stick around. We'll keep you up to date with all the latest news, rumors, and analysis on all 32 NHL teams. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.